All right, Mubarak, is he going to leave soon?
Well, you know, he knows what he's going to do. But here's what we know, is that Egypt is not going to go back to what it was. The Egyptian people want freedom. They want free and fair elections. They want a representative government. They want a responsive government. And so what we've said is, you have to start a transition now. Mubarak's already decided he's not running for re-election again. His term is up this year. And what we've said is, let's make sure that you get all the groups together in Egypt, let the Egyptian people make a determination. What's the process for an orderly transition, but one that is a meaningful transition and that leads to a government that...
So you don't know when he's going to leave?
Well, you know, ultimately, the United States can't absolutely dictate what happens. But what we can do, Bill, is we can say that the time is now for you to start making a change in that country.
He's already done that, but the longer he stays in, the more people are going to die. And the other problem is Mubarak knows a lot of bad things about the United States. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Well, let me say this. The United States and Egypt have been a partner for a long time.
Right. He's done some bad things.
He has been a good partner when it comes to the peace with Israel. There have been counterterrorism efforts that he's been very supportive of, but what we've also consistently said to him, both publicly and privately, is that trying to suppress your own people is something that is not sustainable. And part of the message that I think we're seeing all around the world is, when you resort to suppression, when you resort to violence, that does not work.
Yeah, but it worked for 30 years, so he had his run. But he knows a lot of bad things about us, rendition and all of that, and I'm sure you know that. So I'm just worried that he might go off the reservation. The Muslim Brotherhood, great concern to a lot of people. They a threat to the USA?
I think that the Muslim Brotherhood is one faction in Egypt. They don't have majority support in Egypt. But they are well organized, and there are strains of their ideology that are anti-U.S. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing that we have to understand. There are a whole bunch of secular folks in Egypt. There are a whole bunch of educators and civil society in Egypt that wants to come to the fore as well. And so it's important for us not to say that our only two options are either the Muslim Brotherhood or a suppressed
But you don't want the Muslim
Egyptian people. What I want is a representative government in Egypt, and I have confidence that if Egypt moves in an orderly transition process, that we'll have a government in Egypt that we can work with together as a partner.
Those are tough boys, the Muslim Brotherhood. I wouldn't want them anywhere near that government.